Hi, my name is Mark Jason Morales Berio, currently an Administrative Officer 2 in Department of Education, Division of Negros Occidental. It is my honor and privilege to present my study in Virtual Graduate Education Multidisciplinary Research Colloquium. To my fellow presenters, faculty members, and to the external evaluators, good morning. Without further ado, the title of my study is Analysis of the Sustainability, Vulnerability, and Challenges in Aquaculture Livelihood Projects. The rationale of the study: the paper analyzed the sustainability of aquaculture livelihood projects of aquaculture operators and owners in Southern Negros Occidental in terms of human, natural, financial, social, physical, as assessed by owners or operators for the year 2022. Likewise, it identified the vulnerability and challenges of aquaculture livelihood projects. The findings of the study will serve as the baseline data for the newly formulated strategic plan. The methods used for the study. Descriptive quantitative research design is used for the study. Respondents is the Aqua 50 active aquaculture operators and owners. The instrument is the research survey checklist questionnaire. Data analysis. Descriptive analysis was used to analyze and interpret the data on the sustainability, vulnerability, and challenges of aquaculture livelihood projects of aquaculture livelihood growers in Southern Negros Occidental in terms of their capital assets as assessed by owners and operators for the period over the year 2022. Frequency count and percentage distribution were used as a statistical treatment. Ethical consideration. Social relevance. This study contributed to the aquaculture growers to determine the strengths and weaknesses of the aquaculture industry in Southern Negros Occidental. The findings helped them to increase operational efficiency and profitability in the aquaculture livelihood as a result for more sustainability as it take into account the potential opportunities, trends, and threats that might affect it in the long run. Information consent, it was highlighted to the participants that their participation in the study is voluntary and they have the right to withdraw. Vulnerability of research participants. They have no vulnerability in the research participants because most of them are literate and very knowledgeable to answer the survey questions. Recent benefits. The participants should not be subjected to these harmful circumstances in the study, including physical and mental harm. If they feel discomfort or inconvenience when answering the survey questionnaire, they opt not to answer the question that make them feel any physical pressure or psychological stress. The participants' benefit include access to information, knowledge about the sustainability of their aquaculture livelihood, and the opportunities to share the experience and greater solidarity with others. Justice. The respondents of the study were exclusively fair selected from the members of the Aquaculture Livelihood Growers Association in Southern Negros Occidental. The participants were given a token as appreciation and reimbursement for their voluntary participation. The members of the association were informed of the results of the study and we consulted to prepare the output of the study. Transparency. This paper may be available, accessible, and readily presented to the stakeholders, including the potential publication of this study. Thus, the researcher declares no conflict of interest in the study since he may never gain monetary or administrative benefits. Qualification of the researcher. The researcher has extensive knowledge in business management, including a degree in Bachelor's in Business Administration, major in Management, Accounting, and Economics, and a Master's in Business Administration graduate, hands-on skills, and experience, a familiarity with the content research method of aquaculture livelihood. Results and discussion. The aquaculture livelihood projects in terms of human capital, the operators' owners have at least a high school graduate to engage in aquaculture livelihood and range 0 to 1 year of experience. They are aware of health and safety practices and the skills they know are feeding and harvesting. They are a sole worker and the physical skill that they perform is swimming. For natural capital, all operators and owners gain access to the Nanonga River permit from the local government unit of Municipality of Hinigaran. The size of the fishing ground and fish pen is at least 5 by 5 meters, and they conduct monthly coastal cleaning for the maintenance of the surrounding. The timeline and growth and water sensitivity affect the timeline growth of the oyster shell and fish pieces, respectively. They are also given an action plan to prepare the climate change and initiate the monthly coastal cleanup to maintain cleanliness in the coastal. In terms of financial capital, the income of the operators or owners is highly compared to expenses, debt, and taxes paid per harvest. As a result, they can set aside a net amount for savings. Also, they receive report from the government every year. They were given a 3-year projected financial statement to know the income, expenses, debt, savings, and taxes. With regard to social capital, the aquaculture livelihood helps their community by providing livelihoods to their families, providing food supplies, and contributing to economic gain. The operators or owners are trusted and they follow norms in the community. They're also involved in the monthly meetings to discuss the concerns about their aquaculture livelihood projects. They also avail the financial assistance loan from the government through the Department of Labor and Employment Pangkabuhayan Program. This implies that scheduling a mandatory meeting for the aquaculture owners operators, which is also open to the community. In physical capital, most operators or owners have fish pen infrastructure, fish boats, materials for oyster farming, and fish cage fishing. They also use electricity and fuel as a source of energy. They send an application for financial aid to the Department of Labor and Employment to purchase new materials for aquaculture. The major vulnerabilities are the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, oil spill, seasonality, and technological changes. The major challenges that aquaculture owners face are lack of knowledge, high and low tide, no preparation of unforeseen expenses, lack of participation among members in monthly association meeting, and cannot afford to purchase new materials for fish pen and fishing boats. Overall, the findings in the light of Department of International Development or DFID Sustainable Livelihood Framework, the results were validated as the aquaculture livelihood projects are sustainable in terms of human, natural, financial, social, and physical capital. The aquaculture livelihood projects of aquaculture growers in Southern Negros were sustainable in terms of human, natural, financial, social, and physical capital. It shows that the aquaculture operators and owners have various knowledge and skills in the industry, preservation of water, resources, and cleanliness of coastal areas, more income and less expenses and debt growers, improve the economy and the people's standard of living and relationships, and more fish pen infrastructure and increase of supplies of materials. Notwithstanding of the existing vulnerabilities and challenges, the aquaculture livelihood projects were manageable and they can easily cope up with adverse events. Recommendation: for the officers and the beneficiaries of Aquaculture Growers Association may use the findings as a baseline information to design the strategic plan for sustainability and coping vulnerabilities and challenges in aquaculture livelihood. To the future researchers, will replicate the studies regarding the aquaculture sectors to benchmark the sustainability, vulnerabilities, and challenges in aquaculture livelihood projects in light of the DFID framework. They may explore the human, natural, financial, social, and physical for the sustainability, vulnerabilities, and challenges in aquaculture livelihood projects. The impacts of the aquaculture operators and owners, and they can utilize the provided 3-year strategic plan for aquaculture livelihood projects in oyster farming and fish cage fishing. The outcome of the study results the integration of responsible and sustainable aquaculture development. It can establish appropriate institutional arrangement for aquaculture. The impacts of the local government union. They will continue to support the aquaculture operators and owners through financial assistance for capital, training programs for additional skills in aquaculture livelihood through the help of Department of Labor and Employment and Department of Social Welfare and Development. Original value of the paper. The research contributes to the depth of the studies on sustainability, vulnerability, and challenges of the livelihood projects, especially on the aquaculture livelihood industry. Also, the findings of the study may provide a basis for strategic plan for aquaculture livelihood projects. These are the reference used for this study. So as I end my presentation, I would like to quote from Angela Bassett: "Don't settle for average. Bring your best to the moment. Then, whether it fails or succeeds, at least you know you gave it all you had." Once again, thank you for listening and good morning.